Hello, so I'm back again with all the stuff that I forgot about. I can't believe that I forgot to show you inside a whole class guided reading. Anyway, when I realised, I thought, oh, have I got chocolate there? I've been eating chocolate, sorry. I thought, I'll go on later because last time I think everyone was asleep. Everyone was still asleep, which is okay because it's the summer holidays. But hopefully you're awake now, so I can tell you all the stuff I didn't tell you before. I was thinking, have I got enough content? But it's alright, I've written some things down. So I said I'd show you inside a whole class guided reading, which I am going to do. I'm going to show you inside the back to school whole class guided readings. So I thought that would be quite useful. But I've spent the last hour, I thought, actually, yes, I want you to see inside the whole class guided readings, especially the back to school ones. But I could make some more free because we've got more now. So I've made a few more free and I'll show you those as well so that you can have a look for yourself and try them out because honestly they're really, really good. So we've got some now for published books and we've got more coming. So we're doing this one. We're doing this one. We're doing this one, we're doing this one, that one's for year one I think as well. I know we do whole class guided reading for year one. These are the books that have just come so far, but we've got more published books and they will be coming. I think in the next few weeks you'll see the first few chapters of the novels, but you will see the little skinny books as well for year one and year two, so it's really exciting. So yeah, I'm definitely showing you inside a guided reading, a whole class guided reading this time, and then I'll show you how to get to the free ones as well. Sorry, I keep getting loads of notifications. So can you tell me that you're here and you're watching, because last time I was a bit lonely. I don't think there was anybody watching me, and it's hard enough as it is doing these. So yeah, just before I get into it, I'll just wait till there's a few reading. I just wanted to tell you that we're having more arithmetic tests uploaded this week. So I think the 4, 5 and 6 are not online yet. So I'll be working on that with Sian this week. So they'll be there, and she's planned them out really well. She's actually going to do a Facebook Live soon and talk to you about how she's planned it. So she's actually done the first 6 weeks. So obviously I know some people might have 7, so you just have to decide how you're going to do it. But yeah, she's planned it in a lot of detail and kind of tried to stagger it. So there's objectives that build each week. So she'll tell you all about it because she's the expert when she does a Facebook Live. But yeah, I just thought it was really good. In fact, one thing I was going to do was I'm trying to get better at this when you do it. So wait a second, let's have a look. Oh, brilliant. I would have thought I wouldn't be very good at this. Oh, it's just perfect. Right, sorry. I'm back. Okay, so a few other things I was thinking about. Oh yeah, to as many teach meets as we can, but that obviously is within like an hour to 2 hours where we are. We're in Halifax because at the moment it's just a bit difficult to travel, especially as I've got a baby. But are you having one? Can we come to it? Can we bring stuff? And we might get some nice freebies. That'd be really good. So if you're doing a teach meet, we'd love to come. So tell us all about it. So we're looking at Yorkshire, Lancashire, Greater Manchester, Merseyside. They're in a good travel distance for us. Right, okay, whole class guided reading. So let's have a look. Here we are, whole class guided reading. So I'll just reset this. So I'm on the search and I've got my filter here. And in fact, I'm just going to in here. Oops. Got a different one. Okay. Oh dear. Okay, right, I'm just gonna go like that so you can't see my login. because I'm seeing my cup of tea. Right, okay, we are in the right place now. Okay. Oops. So I'm going to just go to the search. So I want to do back to school. So back to school, and I want to see only whole class guided reading. So it's still in the topic skill, and I can have more than one tick, you see. So I'm just going to tick that as well. And if you look now, we've actually both ticked in there. So there's 6 back to school whole class guided reading. The year 5 one is Hi Nadia, and Ashley. Oh, and Sarah. Oh, there's comments this time. Oh, it's exciting. Okay. I like to open everything in a new window, which is why I end up with so many windows. Right, so Secret Life of a Teacher. This is the year 5 back to school comprehension for whole class guided reading. So I'm just going to download it here, and it actually tells you what text type it is. So this is a blog. I mean, this is the really good thing about these. The little extracts. Well, they're not extracts actually. But they're only like 2 to 3 pages long, so it's like doing an extract, but it's real life stuff. You know, this is a blog. It'd be really difficult to find a blog that was already resourced with all the questions. You'd have to find a blog, you'd have to check it was suitable, then you'd have to come up with all the questions yourself. But here it is, a blog. And it's about how it feels to be going back to school from the viewpoint of a teacher. So I'll just download that. And just to show you quickly, here you actually get 4 versions, which can be a bit confusing. You just want to drag that out so you can see. Right, so you've got the whole class guided reading PDF. I'm just going to try and hold this a bit more steady because I'm bouncing around, aren't I? You're just going to print it out, and you are not in England, and you don't want it linked to the English curriculum. That's the one to open. If you want to print it out and you want it linked to the English curriculum, and you do want those codes on, then you do that one with the new NC for new curriculum. And if you want it to be interactive, where you can do it on a device, you want to click on these interactive ones. So obviously this one's if you don't want the English curriculum objectives, and these are if you do. So let's just look inside this one. This is just the PDF version to start with. So, like before, you'll know that on the page we actually give you the information for your planning, because you know it's not doing your planning for you because you're going to do it differently to any other teacher, but we do try and give you as much information as possible. So this is your differentiation, it tells you, and it also tells you the national curriculum objective that you're linking it to. So even if you download the non-English one, then we give you that anyway, because we just think it's useful for you to know. So it tells you how it's differentiated. So section A is define a list of words from the text, and section B you've got to find 2 synonyms for several words from the text. So it shows you how it builds up basically. So let's make it a bit smaller. So here we have the text, and this is the teacher version of the text. So it's the blog, but then, well, the student doesn't have this version. The student won't see these questions, but it tells you where to stop. So when you've got to the end of this paragraph here, you'll stop and you'll ask this question. And you might be thinking, well, why are they colour coded and who do I ask this question to? Okay, so the red is for emerging, secure is for, the orange is for secure, blue is for developing, and then the green is for mastery. So you would ask this to your lower ability children. You could just pick somebody out. But they won't know that they've been picked out specifically, and the questions aren't in any specific order, because it actually goes red, blue, orange, and then green. So then there's a secure question later. We just make it fit with the text really. So you keep going down, and then there's more of the blog, and there's more questions to ask when you've stopped. And what this means here, where you see Q10 and Q12, later on in the comprehension questions, we've actually grouped them. So all the emerging questions are together, all the secure questions are together. And so we've just told you which question it is in the comprehension set so that you can easily mark them, because obviously these have got the answers, because we know how important the answers are. We try to make sure that they're expanded as well, and it's not just a really short answer. So more of the blog, which is what the children will see, and then more questions for the teacher, then you know where to stop. And these codes on the end here, you won't find these on the non-English curriculum version. These are just for the English curriculum version. I'll show you those in a minute. So we keep going down, more for the teacher. Okay, and now starts the pupil version. So can you see that the text is slightly bigger? There's none of those questions there. So you hand this out. In fact, they can read it on iPads if they want. I'll show you. Give me that in a minute. So there's none of that, but the teacher's got their version and they can stop the class and ask the questions at the right time. Then we've got the comprehension here, section A. So all these are the emerging questions in section A. Section B are all the developing questions. Section C are the secure questions, and section D are the mastery questions after that. Then we've got a challenge activity. So we like to link it to the first objective that you saw right at the very top. So this objective here, the challenge activity will still link to that because we think it's important to do that. So it's not something random. Okay, so in the same way it's differentiated in the 4 levels. And this is what the differentiation at the top is referring to. So this one's obviously about vocabulary. So you've got your first section, your second section, section C, and section D. So we tried to do it in a way, we didn't want it to be where it's the same thing but just more difficult as such. We wanted it to be where you can ask your students to start at section A and work through so they get the most out of it. Oh, hi Steve from Wales. Steve's in Wales. Okay, obviously we provide the answers, which is very, very important. And do you remember when I said, oh, the codes? Well, here they are. So the one that I was looking at was C7. Okay, so identifying how language, structure and presentation contribute to meaning. So what we're doing with the reading objectives is we've actually put them all in here from all the different years, and then we've coded them up so that it's easier for teachers to then assess on what you're doing. So you could just tick them off as you do them. So they're slightly different to the objectives. We've sort of put some together where they needed to be put together, or separated them where they need to be taken straight from the national curriculum, and we've just given them a code. So like I say, you don't need to download the version if it makes no sense to you, but if these objectives make sense to you, then you can download the other version. So I said, didn't I, that they were interactive. So I'm going to show you inside an interactive one now. This is what the student will get. So you'll still need to download you'll still need to open the other one where it's got the teacher version in. But let me just zoom out a bit. And as long as you've got Adobe Reader, that's what you need. iPads, you could have Android tablets. As long as you've got Adobe Reader, and I do believe it's free, then you can use it. So they've got the text here, just as normal. But then when we get to the questions, they can actually type their answers here. How good is that? I'm just so impressed by it still, because I hate waste. I don't like, I like to recycle everything because it worries me about where it's going. But you can just type it out. It's brilliant. So what does it mean that the writer is the anonymous teacher? They just type their answer in there like that. And then they'll be able to save it, and then you'll be able to mark it. I just think it's brilliant. So they've obviously just got the different sections, and you can tell them to answer whichever sections you like. And then the challenge activity is also interactive as well, and they can fill it all in online. So I just wanted to show you that really. So that's obviously that in depth. At some of the others, I'm on the wrong one. Edge, that was what was on. So I'll just download that. So this is a narrative. This is what this one looks like inside. So there you go again, you've got your narration and then you've got your text, which you can have a look at there. Any questions? So I'm sure just by looking at this you can see that our texts are really high quality, and obviously without the questions, the children's version, it's 2 to 3 pages long, so you can look at it in a week and then you can do a different text type another day. Okay, what about looking at a year 1 one? Because obviously that's quite different, but still possible for whole class guided reading. Is there anybody who does whole class guided reading in year 1? Anybody that's watching? Because we do know quite a few people who are now doing it in year 1. But it's good practice, isn't it? Good practice. Right, let's have a look at this All About Me one. And this is the text for All About Me. I'll just make that a bit more visible again. So it's just an All About Me page, but there's lots of questions on there in the right places for the teacher to ask, and this is one that the children will see. So it's the same principle, but obviously the text and the questions are more appropriate for year 1. Any questions on the whole class guided reading? I feel like I've been talking about that for ages now. Any questions on whole class guided reading? I think that it's pretty clever the way we do it. But yeah, I mean, is there anything else you'd like to see inside I could show you next time that we do this? So anyway, I did say, didn't I, that I would show you how to get to the free whole class guided reading that I've just made free now. I've literally made some more whole class guided reading free this morning, because I thought, do you know what, I want you to really be able to have a good look. So I'll just show you that quickly. You go to the search where the filter is, and in topic skill you will start typing whole class guided reading, and you'll see that it comes up. There's 162. And then when it says subscription level, you need to make sure that you click taster. So there's actually 10 free now. So I made this year 6 one free just now. Hello, if you've just joined. This one's free anyway, Good Night Mr. Tom. We're going to be doing more on Good Night Mr. Tom, some more chapters. Moving to Marchton, this is on a human geography objective. I've just made that one free this morning. I've made the postcards from Stonehenge, which is a Stone Age themed one, free this morning, and also healthy eating kids menu. So these were already free before. There's a year 2 one there that's free, and a year 4 one that's free as well. So make sure that you download those that are appropriate for your year group and have a really good look inside, and try them out with your class when you go back and see if you think that it's worth signing up, because I mean, we definitely think so. We're obviously adding published books now anyway, but it's really good to hit the extracts, because it can be really hard to do a newspaper or the different text types. And you can also search by text types as well. So you could do whole class guided reading, and then if you actually look down, like adverts and posters, that'll bring up the ones that are in that. And if you keep, there's emails there. We've got 4 different email ones. And just sort of type the text type. So there's 2 interviews, there's 1 invitation, there's 1 leaflet, there's 2 manuals, there's a map, menu. So there's lots of different text types, and you'll be able to search for those as well. I mean, there's a travel guide there as well. So we do definitely try and do a really wide range of text types, just to make it easy for you, and make sure that you've got a really good range of extracts to do with your class. Okay, there was something else that I wanted to ask you actually. I don't know where. Just turn this around again. I don't know whether you've been listening, but BBC Radio 2, I'd see. Is that what you call it? Yeah, I think it is. By Michael Morpurgo. And I thought, oh, that could be really good. Maybe we could do whole class guided reading for that, but for the audio version. But when I looked online, it only stays there for 22 days. And so I was wondering if anybody knew, can you, will we be able to download it? Because if we could download it, then we would be able to direct, if it's downloadable later on, we'll be able to direct people to download the free audio, and then we can do whole class guided reading to go alongside. Just that'd be really good to actually have the children listening as well. So let me know if you know, because I don't know. Oh, there's loads more comments. I've just not bothered to read them. Anyway, right, okay, so that's inside the whole class guided reading. I'm going to go now because it's time for more chocolate and a cup of tea. But thanks.